You get anything good this weekend?
Mm-hmm. I went to Nostalgia,
Which is
local comic book store downtown.
here in Greenville, North Carolina.
Yeah. And I went to look to see if they had any of the new Thor series that they're doing.
Did they?
They did. And I had a nice little conversation with the owner there about it. It's a really good run so far. And I went to go look for some Star Wars comics. And then I found out that that store has been flooded recently by downtown Greenville.
And they're doing construction downtown Greenville
To prevent the flooding?
Prevent the flooding of downtown shops. Okay.
Oh, I know where they're putting the water.
But nostalgia.
But yeah, supposedly they lost like 50 long boxes of comics. So that was an interesting little conversation. It's always neat just to go like little local places. They all have their own story and interesting people.
And those guys just love to talk.
Yes. If you ever need to know anything about comics or anything in that whole community, go there and just listen. There's usually going to be 2 or 3 people there already just talking about something. That's like what they do all day.
Those local guys who spend no money.
Yeah, they spend no money,
right.
But they go to the comic shop and they just want to talk shop.
They just read the wiki and walk in.
But those dudes, they know it all. Well,
Gotcha.
What about you? What'd you do?
I went to Blue Ox, another local shop.
Yeah.
Owned by Harry. I don't know his last name, but he's a nice guy. And I picked up. I'm a huge DC fan. People will learn that as we go through this. But I picked up the rebirth of the Justice League, issues 1 through 10 or 11, I believe. Simply because I've enjoyed DC, but I've never read the Justice League comics, and I'm interested in just learning about that part of the universe. Picked up a couple pops. Let's see. I got
Essentials.
Yeah, I got a Batman, Red Sun, and then Smokey the Bear.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Was that the one with the shovel or the?
I got the shovel,
Nice.
but I have the flocked one as well. But I got it's called Smokey Bear, but he's actually Smokey the Bear.
Nice.
Anyway, let's get into the show.
We'll jump into it. Let's go. Welcome, everyone. It's the pilot episode
Of Any Given Wednesday.
Any Given Wednesday. This is our maiden voyage, really.
Inaugural
Of this studio here that we kind of built in like 3 days.
First episode of the podcast, Any Given Wednesday, but also the first official podcast recorded in a new studio here at React Radio.
Yeah. A lot of new ground being broken here.
Yep.
If you ever
all of the metaphors of an origin story.
No.
We're a ship, we're a new building, we're a life story.
Bunch of foam panels.
Everything, yeah.
A couple microphones.
We might be going crazy.
Yeah.
So what's the purpose of this podcast? What are we trying to do? What value are we adding to a community?
Well, this is Any Given Wednesday, and what we're going to try and do here is let you know what's coming out every week. Let you know about the new releases, maybe some new toy releases, Comic Cons coming up, any type of convention, just a little bit of everything, letting you, kind of giving you the most recent updates on the community.
And who are you?
I am Mike. I'm a fellow enthusiast, I guess. I really appreciate the comic community, and yeah, I kind of got brought on watching all the movies, and now I'm like trying to catch up,
right?
And just read and indulge myself with all these comics. And I'm not an expert by any means, but in order to appreciate it more, thought let's dive right in.
Right. So I'm Spencer. And I'm kind of the same thing. As I've always enjoyed comics. I used to draw them back in the day when just wanted to be an artist. But then I ended up being a graphic designer because that's where you make some actual money. And so I've always been in that regard. But here recently I'm getting back into the fandom of things and wanting to like commit to certain series and story arcs and learn to go along with movies I watched as well, but also like get more in depth, like more information from it, and just fall back into another hobby community. But the community we're serving is that comic community, the collectible community, and the value we're offering is like what you mentioned is like Any Given Wednesday. Releases are on Wednesdays, so we want to be the first thing you listen to on Wednesday morning to know what's going to be available in your local shop this afternoon. And then maybe sometimes we'll do some pre-releases earlier in the week, so we can you can get a jump start on that pull list that you have with your local shop, and then also share what we're most excited about as fellow enthusiasts as well.
Yeah. So jumping into that, what are you most excited about this upcoming week?
So I'm a huge Batman fan. Detective 1020 is coming out this week,
Oh yeah,
and alternate cover B is super cool.
the all black one.
Yeah, where he's standing on the power lines.
Batman up there.
Yeah, so I love Detective. I love Batman as a whole. And this is just all those even numbers are really big anyway. But this variant cover is really cool, so I'm looking forward to picking that up.
Cool. One I'm excited for is Fantastic Four Grim Noir, #1.
Big Marvel guy. Huh?
Yeah, big Marvel guy. I like it just because it's a little different. I mean, it's Ben Grimm, who is the Thing from Fantastic Four. If you're not aware, but it's the art style for the cover is just very dark and moody. And if you know about Ben Grimm's story, it's very dark and moody, and he kind of got the short end of the stick with the Fantastic Four, some would say. But it's just, I'm interested to see where the story goes. It's mentioning like Doctor Strange is in it, so that'd be kind of a cool interaction just to see the Thing and Doctor Strange interacting.
Doctor Strange is just a weird story in general. So anywhere he's involved, it's just gonna take a weird turn. I
love the movies how they like portrayed him doing some of his magic. He's just waving his hands in circles.
Well, they got Sherlock Holmes to play him, so it's not.
That's true. If you need a detective or
it's a little weird, yeah.
Some sorcerer, hit up Benedict Cumberbatch.
It reminds me, do you watch Nelk Boys?
No.
You should watch it when they go and spoil Endgame. It's like Endgame spoilers in a theater. And one of the dudes dresses up as Doctor Strange and like shows up at the theater. He hops out in front of this car and does that thing he does and like just yells as loud as he can. That's a way off topic, but it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
So that's good. What else is new this week in regards to collectible news? And
well, you were telling me about earlier the New York Toy Fair.
A lot of new pops released.
Yeah.
Well, announced.
And I guess we'll be, spoiler alert, we're actually filming this on Monday, recording this on Monday. It's actually going on right now. Tomorrow will be the last day of it.
Right.
But by the time this comes out,
the Javits Center
Toy Fair will be
Manhattan.
In Manhattan. We should go to this. Looks pretty cool.
We should. So the Javits Center is massive.
Have you been? You've been there?
I've been there. Yeah, I went there for a marketing conference, and it's huge, like 3 stories, and it's each level is like the exact same size. The Toy Fair takes up all 3 floors. It's the only event throughout the year that takes up all 3 floors. So like when I was there for our conference, like they had like 40 speakers and a ton of breakout sessions and things, and upstairs was the main photo expo of the year. Like the biggest one of the year was upstairs, but we had no clue because we were downstairs in marketing. That's how big the place is. But the Toy Fair takes on the whole thing.
So are the pops released at this?
So pops are kind of interesting. I'm learning more and more as I get into them.
This is both something that we're starting to jump into pretty
recently.
heavily.
Yeah, recently getting back into.
We're really late on it, but
we've picked up a lot lately.
Yes,
between the two of us. Anyway, but these new ones they have at the Toy Fair, they're actually ceramic. So they're models that have been made in ceramic form and painted. So anything that you see in these new ones that's white, it's painted white on ceramic, but more than likely once it's made into vinyl, it will be clear. So one of the bigger ones that's coming out now is all the new. They've expanded the Harry Potter line. And I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan, but there's some cool ones like Voldemort or he who shouldn't be named. Cardinal sin on me. But and Harry in that scene from the last movie, I guess it is, when they are casting spells at one another and it like stops in the middle, like with the different colors, whatever it is, blasting off of it. Anyway, that's going to be one of the scenes. But right now, if you see the previews of them and the photos from pre-release, it's white, but it's all going to be clear in different colors when it's there.
That's cool.
Yeah. And the same thing with like Smokey and the Bandit. Like Smokey and the Bandit's going to be one that's released, but his sunglasses are all black, but it's because it's ceramic. But once he's made vinyl, they'll be a little bit see-through, so you can actually see his eyes behind him.
Nice. Any more series that you know about?
Yeah, there's a lot of the pop pins that are coming out. They're making a lot more of those.
What are those?
They are the same size as a Funko Pop. They're the same size as a Pop. They're all made by Funko, but they're the same size as a Pop. But they are essentially pins you can pin to anything, but they also have a kickstand so you can stand them up. They're the exact same size. They're just a thin piece of metal, like an enamel pin. They got some pretty cool ones, like the Iron Man obviously looks really cool because he's already metal. And then they've got the new Batman Forever series is coming out. Again, huge Batman person. But there's
You can get the Arnold Schwarzenegger,
yeah,
Iceman,
Mr. Freeze.
or Mr. Freeze.
Yeah. He's in it. He's there. Poison Ivy. Michelle Pfeiffer is Batwoman. Poison Ivy, and then Catwoman, not Batwoman, excuse me. And then you have Danny DeVito as the Penguin, which is pretty cool. A
Nice.
huge Always Sunny in Philadelphia guy too. So having Danny DeVito.
Does it
is great.
look like him? Does it look like Danny DeVito?
Yeah, it looks like him from the movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
What year was that?
It's just a shorter pop, I guess, because that's how Danny DeVito is. It was in the 90s, I guess.
Yeah, that was late 90s.
And then there's
95.
And then personal favorite again is we can both appreciate is more Office figs.
Yes.
So they've got Casual Friday Meredith.
Yes. The Dwight with the stapler and the Jello.
Yeah, the first pixelated censored Funko Pop is Meredith with her dress hanging down.
Leave it to Meredith
Yeah.
to be the one that's freaking has to be blurred out.
Stanley in his vacation attire with the white suit.
Is it when is he whittling the whittling the birds? Like
no. This is from
this is
Florida.
during vacation.
Yeah, this is Florida Stanley.
Yeah.
And then there's Casual Friday Kelly, who is in that J-Lo suit, that jean jumper.
Yeah.
in all its glory. And then Survivalist Mike.
There was
with
a
the
gym
pants.
one too. But I can't remember what that one is.
There's
the Survivalist Mike looks really
with the
funny.
tripod. He's got the tripod and everything. I imagine they're gonna have a chase of that. I imagine they'll have a chase and they'll have like the knife or something.
He has the Michael one has like the sleeve duct tape to his head. And
Yeah.
everything.
That would be cool when if they did like a duo pack. They could have if they did a duo pack, they could have Dwight with the gun and Michael out there eating the berries or something like that, or Dwight with the bird's nest. That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be good.
I have that two piece with Toby and Michael with the rock that says "suck on this."
Suck on this.
It's so great. Anyway, but yeah, so there's a lot of cool things. Those aren't coming out till June. Magnum PI is another one. But some really great things coming from them. They just keep coming out. I found out something new though. This is some wisdom that a lot of people may not know, and I don't know how many people are going to listen to this. But the soda pops. So they sell them at Walmart now, I think. The can opens up and there's a figure inside of it. Inside the can, there is a coin for every single one of them. Sometimes there's a chase coin, which makes it a variant.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't know if you have a chase unless you open the box and actually open the can and look at the fig.
What? Are these pop figures?
Yeah, but they're inside of a 20-ounce can.
Huh.
They're called like the soda pops. It's pretty cool.
Soda
Like
pops.
they
I haven't seen them yet.
They display them in like soda machines. Obviously,
Okay.
they're not sodas. They don't stay cold, but it's pretty cool. They've got some Batman and some Robin, some stuff like that. But it's pretty neat. Like it's a neat. Like that's literally an Easter egg because they have that coin in them that determines that they're a chase or not, and you don't know unless you open it.
Right.
So
that's pretty cool. We should go
for
grab
people
some.
like me who don't open anything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they have our local shops have the Star Wars ones, and I think they have the Batman ones, and a couple like ad icons maybe.
Check out the Star Wars ones. You want to get in what's coming up this week?
Yeah,
Anything else you want to jump into?
yeah, that's fine.
Cool. Let's go ahead and jump into what's coming out this week.
And we're just doing Marvel and DC right now.
Yeah, we'll
right?
just do Marvel and
Yeah.
DC. And in the future, we'll do indie comics, but to keep it brief right now.
Marvel. We're doing Marvel first.
Marvel first. All right, so for this week, coming out, Marvel, we have The Amazing Spider-Man number 40, X-Men number 70, Avengers number 31, X-Force number 8, New Mutants number 8, X-Men Fantastic Four number 2, Star Wars number 3, Giant Size X-Men with Jean Grey and Emma Frost number 1, we have Black Panther number 21, Ghost Rider number 5, Punisher Soviet number 4, Scream Curse of Carnage number 4, Star number 2, Jessica Jones Blind Spot number 4, we have Ravencroft number 2, Ant-Man number 2, Avengers of the Wastelands number 2, Spider-Ham number 3, The Amazing Spider. I really want to read that one. Spider-Ham.
I saw that when I was reading through, and I was like, I've never even seen this on a show.
I really want to go start that. It's number 3, so it's not too far in. We have Amazing Spider-Man, Daily Bugle, number 2, Falcon and Winter Soldier, number 1, Tarot, number 3, Fantastic Four, The Grim Noir, number 1. So that series is just starting. That's what I'm excited about. We have 2020 Force Works, number 1, Wolverine, Claremont, and Buscema, number 1.
Buscema?
There's I'm not even going to try and attempt that edition that came out, but yeah. And then the last one we have True Believers, Iron Man 2020, War Machine, number 1.
So that actually looks really good, and I'm not a huge Marvel guy, but the looking at that and reading the summary that I read earlier, it actually looks pretty good too.
If you're into like the classic Iron Man artwork, I would go check that one out. And it's the start of a new series, so you can hop right into that.
Yeah.
For DC, do you want to take DC?
Yeah, let me get that up here. So with Marvel, talk about a little bit of what do you currently read right now while I'm pulling this up?
Yeah, so what I'm currently reading right now is there's a new Thor series running, and it's
That's
pretty
what you
cool.
just picked up, right?
Yeah, that's what I just picked up, and I've read the first and second one. And pretty much what it is Thor is Galactus's herald at the moment. So instead of Silver Surfer, Thor has taken his place, which is a pretty cool little spin on it.
Have you seen the new, not to interrupt you, have you seen the new Marvel game that's coming out? Where all the superheroes are different than they like really are, like Thor is gray with white eyes.
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
What's it for? What console?
I don't know.
Oh.
I just had heard it talk
Mobile.
about it.
It's probably mobile.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of things talked about it. But I'm good to go whenever.
Yeah, cool.
Go through the DC stuff.
So here's what's coming up for DC this week.
Yeah, so we've got Detective Comics 1020, Action Comics 1020. I'm gonna give some commentary as we go through these things just to break it up a little bit. But Action Comics is something I've never read a single issue of.
Yeah?
I don't really care for Superman.
I don't either.
So
That's some common ground we have.
can agree there, yeah. Wonder Woman 752, Batman Curse of the White Knight number 7, Justice League Dark number 20, Batgirl number 44, Batman Superman number 7, Shazam number 11,
Shazam.
Batman Beyond number 41, Red Hood Outlaw 43, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 48. I don't think this filter's working because I'm seeing Boom and DC. We'll see. Year of the Villain, Hell Arisen, number 3. John Constantine, Hellblazer, number 4. Basket Full of Heads, number 5. Suicide Squad, number 3. The Last God, number 5. Leviathan Dawn, number 1. This appears to be brand new. Let's see. Crisis on Infinite Earths Giant, number 2. The Flash, number 123, Facsimile Edition. Swamp Thing Giant, number 3. Dollar Comics Flash, number 1. I'm probably going to pick that one up too. DC Previews, number 23. I'll be picking that up. Let's see. Dollar Comics Amethyst, number 1. And I think that is it for DC this week.
Nice. So that's DC and Marvel. And like I said, later on, we'll start getting into more of the independent comics. We kind of want to test out this format, see how we can improve on it. So always give us feedback on this. And that's what's coming out this week. Go to your local comic store, pick those up, support your local comic store because a lot of times they need your help.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're excited about this podcast. We're excited to see where it goes and what we can give to the community, what the community can teach us, because I think that's a big reason why we're here. We want to learn. We want to become more consumed by it. We've kind of thrown ourselves in the fire here.
Yeah. So we can't wait for the comments.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's growing inside of a community. Understanding, like, we're going into it super humble. We know that we don't know everything. We know we have a lot to learn. But we're passionate about learning and ready to learn from those who do know best. And hopefully this will open some doors for us to speak with both illustrators, writers, hobby shop owners, convention keynotes, etc. So we'll see what we can do from there.
Yeah. It was a good first pilot episode, yeah?
Yeah, we can only go up from here.
We can only go up from here. Thanks for joining in with us this week. Make sure you check back next week or sometime in the future, and we're going to try and keep you updated with all comic news. So,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
See y'all next week.